So you go to start your car, and it turns out that your headlights were left on overnight, or you left the interior lights on in your car over the weekend. That's when you want to use something like this. It's the Audew Multifunction Jump Starter Kit. Audew sent us this unit to review, so let's test it out and see how well it works. The jump starter comes in a hard-sided zipper case to hold all the accessories. There's a small strap on the side which made it easy to pull it out of the box. The whole setup is a lot nicer than I was anticipating. Usually with car parts, you get one of those little plastic blister packs that you basically toss after you manage to get it open. Audew gives a good first impression on the product, and I can appreciate that. On the top portion of the case is a mesh zipper pouch that has the actual jump starter plug, a house and car charger, a male DC jack to cigarette lighter socket, and a multi-port USB charging cable that includes Apple's Lightning connector, the older Apple 30-pin connector, and a micro USB port. While I would have liked to have seen a USB-C port instead of the antiquated 30-pin Apple connector, I wasn't expecting the multi-port cable to be included anyways. The lower part is covered by a flap and has the manual, a warranty card, and the unit itself. I was surprised at how compact the device is. It measures in at about 6.5 by 2 3/4 by 1 1/8 of an inch. The jump starters I've used in the past have been bulky and rudimentary. This jump starter actually has some great features, including a 12-volt 10-amp DC output jack, so you can run devices that use a cigarette plug, the standard 3-function emergency flashlight on, strobing, and SOS, and 2 USB charging ports at 2.1 amp and 1 amp for a smartphone and tablet to be charged simultaneously. My jump starter came pre-charged with 3 out of 4 lights, which is 75% charged. I figured I'd start off by testing the unit at its current charge level. Now I've already drained my car battery, so I have something to test it out on. So let's get the jump starter hooked up to the battery. Before plugging the jump starter into the unit, we'll connect the black to the black and the red to the red on the dead battery. Then plug the jump starter into the device and press the button to power it on. Now when I go to start the car, the capacitor discharges and of course the car starts right up, which is great. If the car doesn't start up for the first time, you're supposed to disconnect the jump starter and let it cool off for 30 seconds prior to the next jump. Unfortunately for testing purposes, this is only a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine. At this point, the only other thing I can test out is how long it would take to charge the jump starter and see how long I could run a 12-volt device on it fully charged. So I went ahead and charged up the jump starter, which only took around 40 minutes. I wanted to test out the 12-volt 10-amp DC output since it's a great feature for here in Florida, especially with hurricane season around the corner. I hooked up my portable DC fan that pulls 12 volts at around half an amp, so 6 watts of power. The specs in the manual say it's a 51 watt-hour battery, so it should theoretically last around 8.5 hours. I hooked up my multimeter to the output so I could check the voltage measurements. At the start I was getting between 12.29 and 12.39 volts. At the 2-hour mark I was at 11.51 volts. I checked several more times, but it took 5.5 hours to hit 50%, and it was still at 10.96 volts. At 6.5 hours it dropped to 25%, and it was still showing 10.77 volts. At just over 7 hours, the unit finally shut off. I wasn't able to get the final voltage reading, but I'm almost positive that it had a shutoff to prevent the battery from getting too low, so it likely still had juice left over. Regardless, this still exceeded what I was expecting the unit to be able to put out. After using the Audew multifunction jump starter for the past few weeks, I could definitely recommend picking one of these up. It's perfect for a car's emergency kit, but I'd also recommend having it in a bug-out bag. The 12-volt 10-amp DC jack is the feature I appreciated the most. I was able to get just over 7 hours out of it using my portable fan. This is great to have if you lose power in Florida after a hurricane like we had last year. If you're interested in picking up one of the Audew jump starters, we have an affiliate link below this video that helps out our channel. If you enjoyed this review and would like to see more content like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us at that'sitguys.com. Thanks for watching.